Hello everyone, thank you for joining me once again. My name of course is still Nick. On the ZX Spectrum, I'm looking at a game called Rebel, published by Virgin Games in 1987. It's a sort of like a strategy game where you control a tank, which also came out on the Commodore 64. Now you must go around a map and pick up mirrors, position them in the right place, angle them in the right place, so when a laser is fired, it hits through the exit. Yes, sounds like a similar idea to the game Deflector, which we previously reviewed by Gremlin Graphics in 1987, the same year, but it's a bit different, so let's see how I get on. Now, first go, so don't expect expert gameplay, here's me in the tank, we're having a bit of a laugh and seeing how we would have got on in our first or second go. Right, so, and go left and right, up, no, down, I think I'm getting the hang of it. So yes, we press fire button to pick up various mirrors. So let's get used to the map. There's stuff going around. There's the laser there, which we activate, I think, over the other side if we get the exit. Now, if you had this game back in the day, let me know. How did you get on with it? My fear is I'm not going to do very well at all. There's one of the boxes where a mirror might have been, but there isn't one there. You see on the top left, time is ticking down. If that gets down to 0, we've had it. We can't bash into any of these boxes or we're doomed and it's a life over. You see the amount of lives in the bottom there in green. There's one of the mirrors. We can pick up or re-angle it. There's a few bases there. Some are decoys. So you just need to, when you fire the laser, deflect it with these mirrors to get through the exit, which I think might be up there in the top right. Okay, so you've got the general idea, and I've got hit by a box and I'm doomed. Diddly-dee-dee-diddly-dee. Right, okay, so I'll put a poke on at one point. You'll suddenly notice when I'm not dying. Good animation there with the water going across. A little bit of a frustrating game. Immediately I prefer Deflector. If you're unfamiliar with that, have a look at it. We reviewed that both on the ZX Spectrum and the Commodore Amiga. Don't think we reviewed it on the Commodore 64 yet. So there we go, right. So try and plot the path where this laser is going to go. The game could start off a bit easier for me. I would have liked a baby first level where it's really straightforward. Maybe just angle it in one mirror and there's nothing there to kill you, just to get the idea of it. So I think most of the time in my first go I wouldn't be getting off stage 1. Let's see if I do it here, which I probably would. Tricky. I would have played it a few times. Right, there's the exit. You hit the red button, it fires the laser. There it goes. And it hasn't hit any mirrors, so we're doomed there completely. But it did go through one of the bases, you see, so we need to angle that there. A guide would be very helpful on this game, but the first level is pretty tricky. You might not think so. I downloaded this, which I download a lot of games for free from Spectrum Computing if you want to play it through emulation. It's called Rebel, not Rebel Rebel, the song by David Bowie. Rebel, rebel, dee. Yeah, you know that song, don't you? I'm a big David Bowie fan. Right, so, angle that mirror there. I think that's where the laser was level, wasn't it? Not quite sure how many levels this has got, but quite a few. Imagine the Commodore 64 version might play some music as you go through. Virgin Games 87, Deflector, Gremlin Graphics, also 1987. So both had similar ideas, but Deflector, for me, is a bit more intuitive, it's a bit better. The gameplay on that is a bit better. You can just angle the mirror straight away. You haven't got to drive this tank to get there first of all, so it's pure puzzle. This is like an action puzzle, really. It's made it a little bit more trickier than it should have been. Yes, right. Come on, tank. Not a fish tank, and I've died straight away. It's game over. Yes, maybe it's time for a poke for immunity, just to see if I can complete stage 1, where I take away the difficulty of manoeuvring the tank, basically, and just trying to angle the mirrors to get there. You can have joystick or the keyboard. Don't look like there's an option to redefine the keys, which is a pity, but the keys they've given you initially aren't too bad. Right, now, see, I've got a poke on it, I'm not dying. So, just try and plot, there's the laser there, we fire that, deflect it through mirrors, get through the exit that's on the next stage, and normally, don't let anything hit your tank. That's basically it, you've got the idea, haven't you? So then it's just practice makes perfect. Would I have had the patience for it? No, I would not. Scroll's okay for the ZX Spectrum, I couldn't hope for anything better than that. The timing on the top left, that's quite generous, that's not too critical, so that's fine as well. One of those games that once you've worked out how to do each level, you'll be steaming through super fast, but before you do work out how to do it, it's going to take you a little bit of time if you've got no sense of direction like me. Right, is that where the thing's coming? don't know. I could get very annoyed with this game very, very quickly indeed. If you watch this far into the video, it might be the case that you like this kind of guff. We're stress busting folks, having a laugh really, relieving some nostalgia memories. Yes, please subscribe if you haven't already, and a massive thank you to those people subscribed already. If you want to see more and more and more ZX Spectrum games, they're all in the playlist so far, over 1,100 at time recording. It's only going up with your support, of course. Thank you to the members. But if you want to see more, click on my username takes you to the channel page. Click on the playlist tab, and ZX Spectrum will be there along with a load of other stuff. This is Rebel, spelt backwards is LeBeur, and that means nothing. So I can see why they didn't do that. On the title page, the R in Rebel is backwards, a bit like Russian spelling. I don't know why they did that, because as far as I'm aware, there's no Russian involvement in this game. If you know different, then let me know. Lives 4 in green, mirrors collected in cyan 0, and I'm just going around like a wally trying to work out what to do. Yes, I know what to do, but I just can't do it. The grass is not one block of green. They've put a little load of black dots on it. Right, there we go. That's there, and that's not there. See, that's as close as I got so far. Almost hit the exit. So plot your path, get there, and boom. I'd like to see more of the screen, to be honest with you. That would make it a little bit easier. We just got I like the graphics around it in the border. That's quite good, quite a display unit. But really, when you look at what you're controlling on the screen, it's just a letterbox really of what could be available. Nice shading on those buildings. That doesn't change at all. No weather conditions, but you wouldn't expect that. This bit reminds me a little bit like Xenon, the first game, the shooter up. I suppose it's the cyan colours and the tank bit, I guess. A few things moving on screen at the same time. No notable slowdown with the amount of stuff it's got to do. It's a puzzle game. It would have frustrated me to hell, but people into these games, they would have perfected it, and they would have got a bit of joy out of it. But not me though. I'd have reset this and be playing Commando by now, or Attic Attack, or something else. One where I don't have to think quite as much, but that's something to do with me rather than the quality of the game. Not quite sure what it scored back in the day. Hope it did okay. It's well put together. But, not one of my faves. Rebel. It's all about seeing those games there. Everyone's got different opinions most of the time. What sort of games you like and you don't like. I like run and guns, and generally games you ain't got to think about a great deal. I think that's why I like racing games so much. Just get in the car and zip away. And just go around as quickly as you can. And shooters as well, though not particularly good at those. But they are devilishly difficult. Sega Mega Drive has got a lot of great shooters on there. There we go, a system I didn't own back in the day. I had a Commodore Amiga back at that sort of point. And those ones you shoot, you're looking at Swiv, Xenon 2, Battle Squadron, to name just a few. Right, so I'm not sure we need that one, do we? We needed less decoys. Less decoys on this one. Oh, look at that, that's buffed. Nincompoopery, you've messed up again. It doesn't look like I'm going to get off level 1, folks, does it? Does it really? But hopefully I've shown you a bit of what this game can offer. If you are in a tank driving around a big field angling mirrors to deflect a laser, then comment in the comment section below. Is it as good as real life as it is here? The tank's never going to run out of fuel. It doesn't need to shoot anything, so I don't really know why it's a tank. It could easily be a car. Why is it a tank? I don't know. Could be anything. Could be any vehicle. Could be a space hopper there, if you remember those. I don't think kids use space hoppers anymore. If I had one, I'd be late for work. Best to get the bus. Mind you, the bus ticket is very expensive nowadays. Maybe I should go back to being on the space hopper. Park it outside where I work and hopefully chain it to a lamppost. And hopefully nobody nicks it. Mind you, if they do, it'd be quite easy to catch them, wouldn't it, I suppose. Unless you had a self-destruct button on it, so if they got over a kilometre away from your work without decoding the password, then they'd blow up. If you've been on a space hopper and blown up, then comment in the comment section below. It's important. I'm not going to get off here anytime soon. Even with a poke for immunity, I can't work out where to put the mirrors. Through each life, the time doesn't seem to reset. It looks like you've got that in total for all your lives, so long as the go lasts. And I don't think I've got enough time to do this now. That's one bad thing then. It's too difficult. It's too difficult for nincompoops like me. 1987, I would have been about 12 or 13. Yeah, wouldn't have been playing this. Right. some kids, I might have fluked the first level eventually, but then I presume the difficulty level is going to rank up quite a bit, and then I'm not going to get off level 2 or 3 or 4. I mean, that's Fantasyland getting to level 4. Yeah, I prefer Marble Madness over this one, and that was quite tricky too. I think that's over 6 levels Marble Madness, but I was into marbles. I wasn't into tanks as much. Didn't own a tank. Didn't blow stuff up in a tank. If you did, then yep, you know what to do. Say what happened there. Did you get into trouble at school when you blew up the, I don't know, the language building, if such a thing was existing in your school? Yeah, so I got 44 seconds going down. There's a big laser there. Don't know why we're shooting a big laser through mirrors. Anyway, they should have done that in Star Wars with the Death Star. When the Death Star tried to blow out Alderaan, they should have held a big mirror angled at 45 degrees. That pinged off another asteroid angled at 45 degrees and blew up the Death Star. Went round in a big square, but they didn't think about it. They did not think about that. Yes, use the Force, Luke. Yeah, we'll use a big mirror instead. Nincompoop. Right. He's not going to do this, is he, folks? He's just going to go around in circles. Let's hit the red button, as the sugar babes said. Oh, I've died, have I? Have I died? I've died. I've died and I've lied and I've not survived. There we go. So there we go. That's the game. I don't think I can show you a great deal more rather than me driving round in a stupid little tank. So I hope you liked having a look at that. We will leave it there as I poodle along. That game was Rebel, published by Virgin Games in 1987. Got any comments about this game, similar games, anything retro, then put that in the comment section below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
The bus ticket is very expensive nowadays. Maybe I should go back to being on the space hopper. Park it outside where I work and hopefully chain it to a lamppost, and hopefully nobody nicks it. If you've been on a space hopper and blown up, then comment in the comment section below. It's important.